Hello and welcome to this episode of Coach's Corner. This podcast is where we talk all things deep in the world of health, fitness, business and mindset with people excelling in their game. My name is Sam Eames and this is episode 23. But before we begin, here's a quick message from today's sponsors. Do you need to sell business assets or buy equipment and don't know where to turn? Global business auctioneers and valuers can help. With decades of expertise under Director Terry Kirkham, Global offers high-quality valuations, business exit planning, and full asset realization services from industrial and machinery and vehicles to fleet, plants, specialized equipment, and even hospitality or retail fixtures. They run frequent online and on-site auctions, tender sales, or private sales, giving you flexible, transparent options to get maximum market value. To explore upcoming auctions or talk about your asset needs, call 1300 557 112 or head to globalauctioneers.com.au. Recovery isn't a luxury, it's a necessity for anyone who wants to perform at their best, physically or mentally. With proven recovery tools like saunas, steam rooms, ice baths, massages, float tanks, everything is designed to help you relieve tension, reduce pain, and recharge fast. If you want to improve your performance, energy, and overall well-being, book your session at Staley Wellness Centre today, located at 26 Main Drive, Boccarina, the Sunshine Coast. My guest today not only trains bodies, but he also choke slams them. He's someone who has combined two worlds you wouldn't think would mix, yet somehow, when you hear his story, it makes perfect sense. On one side, the discipline, the structure, and the precision of a fitness coach, and the other, the adrenaline, the storytelling, and the controlled chaos of semi-pro wrestling. Welcome, Brendon Saunders.
Thank you so much. AKA Blair Seeker.
Blair Seeker, sorry.
That's all good.
Welcome back to the old stomping ground.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. When did you finish up PT here?
I think it was 2022.
2022. Jesus.
Yeah.
So a while ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow. Yeah. Gym's changed quite a bit.
A little bit.
Yeah.
It got a little cute little welcome sound coming in. Yeah. We're in the future now, guys.
It yells at you if your scanner doesn't work.
Does it?
Yeah, it says trespasser. So let's just start off with the origins and your motivations to how you got into the fitness industry. How long have you been in the fitness industry and where did it all start for you?
I got qualified, I think, in 2014, a long time ago, but I didn't get a start until I reckon I was, let's say, 30. So if we do the math, probably 10 years ago, I'm going to say. That's when I got started. It was a big change because, again, when you get into the fitness industry, you run your own business and you've got to pay yourself and all that stuff and pay your own taxes. So coming from a world of being an employee, like you don't have to worry about any of that stuff. It was a big culture shock, if you will.
What were you doing before?
Just warehousing.
Warehouse work.
Yeah. Warehousing. In a steel manufacturer warehouse, or rebar and stuff like that.
Yep.
Did that for 9 years, and I just
hated it.
Wasn't my future. It wasn't my future.
Did you continue that job while you started PT, or you just went all in?
I just went all in with the PT stuff. So I was working in another warehouse, so I left that one and I worked in another one, and I tore my ACL wrestling. And that was the moment where I was like, I'm not going back in. Plus, couldn't get a job anymore because I couldn't walk. Yeah. So I was like, all in for the fitness business that I wanted to start, which was like a dream come true in a way for me because didn't think it was ever going to be possible because I thought all I was limited to was warehouse work. Yeah. But that tearing the ACL was a bit of a blessing in
disguise. Yeah. That's cool. I had a similar, I call it like an epiphany moment as well. It didn't lead me to, I guess eventually it did lead me to the fitness industry, but when I left school I went straight into warehouse work and I was there for 6 years and I was getting paid the right money, and then I just rocked up one day and no offense to anyone that does that sort of stuff, but for me I looked at the people there and it wasn't someone I wanted to kind of turn into, and I just didn't want to have a job like I wanted a career, and that kind of led on to leaving and then other stuff, and then obviously here I am doing the fitness stuff, but similar sort of situation. So did you ever get any resistance from people when you said you wanted to start a career in fitness?
Yeah, my ex. So my ex was very much security based job she wanted and all that. Yeah, going in saying, oh, I might not make any money this week or like whatever. That was a big no no for because we're building a house and all that stuff. So after that ended, it was more or less like the free scope to do what I really wanted to do in that. And so even the wrestling was a part of that as well.
Yep. Yeah. And you didn't have kids at that stage?
No.
Cool.
Oh, actually, I had a stepson at that time. When I actually got into the fitness industry, I did have a stepson.
Okay.
So my current partner now, she was a big proponent of me actually going in. She actually did support me and believed in me to do it. So she actually like paid for one of my courses to get back into it. So without her, I probably wouldn't be sitting here, I don't think. So.
Yeah, well, okay. What's one mistake you see people that make in the gym?
Ooh. As a coach or as a member, like a civilian?
Let's go both.
Okay. As a coach, I would say you kind of research and then you get stuck in that research and think it's the only way to do things, and then you get like you don't learn anything else besides
That's your philosophy.
Yeah. As a member or as a client, I suppose, or even just as someone who's just starting, they overcomplicate it in many ways.
Yeah.
They start doing their own research as well, and then they get conflicted advice and all that, and then they end up doing nothing. So I would say, they just overcomplicate it.
Yeah, it can be very confusing for people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
Especially when you like start seeing all this stuff online, and then How do you build confidence in your clients?
Progression and just consistency in the end goal, like just seeing those little wins. Finding those little wins doesn't come from just the scales, I believe, but also like how you feel, how you perform in the gym, getting stronger, all that stuff, getting better at technique, range of motion, all that stuff. I see those little wins, although it really gets people excited. Then they step on the scanner or whatever and they see the results that may not be the same as what they feel. Can like discourage them and stuff like
100%
that.
100% agree.
Yeah, but the little wins I think are the biggest things that get people sticking to a thing.
Yeah, cool. Do you think wrestling's made you a better trainer, or has wrestling made you a better trainer, or has being a trainer made you a better wrestler?
Wrestling's definitely made me a better trainer. I was called my whole life an introvert, very shy, very quiet. Once I started wrestling, I realized that was actually bullshit, and that I was not an introvert. I was actually just I don't know how they came up with that concept of introvert and extrovert.
The one or the other.
Yeah, either one or the other. And I think if you get called or you start believing in yourself that you are an introvert, that limits a lot of doors and a lot of opportunities, because you're like, oh no, I can't do that because I'm an introvert. That's how I believed. That was my belief for a long time. Until I started wearing next to nothing in my underwear, wrestling grown men. That I realized that you can just be comfortable in whatever you do, just as long as you know that like what you're doing is what you love to do, and nothing else really matters in that time. So whenever I'm wrestling in my underwear or whatever, and even as even running a group fitness class, I've like distanced myself as myself. It's almost like that person doesn't exist anymore. So it becomes about the people more than anything, the fans, and more than anything than myself. So it's a great little skill that I've learned.
Being able to switch on and switch off, and then you kind of become, I guess, to a certain extent, like the chameleon to your environment. Yeah. And
it's a switch wherever you can. Like I love looking into like alter egos and stuff like that. A lot of like the super highly successful sport people, they all have like alter egos. Even like like celebrities and that, they have like alter egos. So tapping into that can be an effective way to kind of get out of your comfort zone, I believe.
Yeah, definitely. Yep. So how long have you been wrestling for?
10 years as well.
Okay.
Yeah. I would say because of COVID did slow things down a little bit. Injuries slowed things down a bit, but if I say like the amount of time actively wrestling, easily be 10 years.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, well. And then how'd you get into that?
It was hard getting into it when I first started, because there wasn't very many promotions like there is nowadays. There also wasn't very many schools to learn from. My ex at the time went to school with a friend whose friend was one of the trainers that ran the only promotion in Brisbane. And I said, I wanted to be a wrestler. And then I ended up getting the contact through her to come to a training. And then next thing you know, the guy that runs the promotion started dating her, which was my friend, my ex's friend. Yep. They went together, and then started wrestling that way.
Yeah, wow.
Very lucky. It just like happened.
Just lined up.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, okay. What separates a trainer who burns out after 6 months from a trainer who lasts 5+ years?
That's a good question. I think they just admit defeat in a way, because I failed so many times. Well, I wouldn't even say I failed. Like, certain things didn't work so many times when I was running businesses, when I was running my own business in different gyms. But I didn't quit. I was just like, it was just more learning than anything. I think they just don't adapt. They don't adapt to anything, changes or anything like that. I also don't believe they don't build relationships as well in that time. Like, a lot of the clients and members that I've worked with over the years are still like in contact with me now. So I think it's the relationships that they miss out on. And just like maybe getting in their own head sometimes, and like lack of self-doubt and all that.
Do you think, that's what I was going to say, do you think a lot of that comes down to confidence, which then can kind of be backed up by life experience?
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Like, when running your own business, you get someone saying no to you. Like, it's like they're saying no to who you are as a person in a way.
Yeah.
Not many people can handle that.
No.
Like rejection. Like, it's horrible sometimes.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Or when someone like starts training with you and then they cancel after a couple of weeks, like you believe,
it's hard not to take it personally.
Yeah. It's really hard.
Yeah.
It's really hard. But again, like all these times that's happened to any of the training, like any time that happens, it's almost like a learning curve in a way. Like, what could I have done better?
Yeah.
If you could, sometimes you can't. Sometimes that person's just...
But I think that to be able to think like that is a skill, and also it comes from a level of maturity, which obviously you develop over time, which is the life experience. So I think I've said it on here in the past, but I can't imagine being a trainer at the age of 21 or 23 or 25 even, and not having that life experience, because you don't know how to talk to people. You only really know how to hang out with your mates or whatever your personal life's like. Well, I did anyway. Like, I could not go back and be a trainer anything under the age of probably 27.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like, maturity in as a trainer is a massive thing. But in saying that, like, hats off to all those young 21-year-olds who are killing it. Like, whatever they're doing it's almost like it's just a natural skill that they've like developed over time.
Definitely.
But I couldn't imagine doing it at 21 either.
Nah, fucking scary, eh?
Oh yeah.
Definitely. What's the biggest misconception people have about trainers?
You see it all the time, like because they only have a short amount of time studying to get certified. That's almost like, oh yeah, they've done a 6-month course, whatever. What do they know? Because you learn enough in a course to get certified. It's more about the stuff that you learn on the front line. So a lot of people probably had bad experiences with trainers in the past, where it's become almost like a label that they're not really well diverse in everything else. So the course that I did, they were all about like fitness professionals. That's what that's what we had to call ourselves instead of personal trainers. Like fitness professionals, because their goal was like to try to change that around the trainers. So we had to wear suits and all that to class.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Wow. Did you learn much about business?
Yeah,
business
aspect of it? They had a business side of it too, which was really good.
That's cool.
I probably forgot a lot of it outside of that, but
you pick it back up, eh?
Yeah.
And look, a lot of it is trial and error. Like it's a bit like a training program or gym program. Like, it can be trial and error. What works for that specific client or that specific business might be different to the next person, the next person, or the next business. So just got to be patient, and as I said before, just readapt and go again. Have you seen the industry change much over the last few years?
Yeah, with the online stuff, I believe what would I call that? That's almost like the dream outcome, like the online. You work from home on the laptop. Like, even I had that dream at one stage. that has changed a little bit. As far as what I've seen, it's just almost like a revolving door around gym trainers and stuff like that. So that also would probably go back to the last question about how like perceived trainers are, because there's not tenure in trainers anymore.
Yeah.
That's where I see the only difference, really, I think, more so. What are the differences, I suppose? There's more information. There's more science-based stuff, if you believe in that. Like, there's a lot of things that we can do right now because of like a lot more information that we can get.
Yep.
There's a lot more courses you can do online and stuff like that, which is really good. So you can upskill really easily to be a better trainer. But yeah, I don't know how. I believe the way it's going to go in the future is like the health, it's almost like it's going to be saving the government a lot more money to provide better help and better systems around it. I don't know whether a personal trainer will gain that right. Maybe not. Maybe. Who knows? But I do believe that is a case. That's going to be kind of something in the future.
Yeah, cool. What's one piece of advice you'd give to someone who wants to become a PT today?
Ooh. It would always just be back yourself. Always back yourself and gain experience before you dive into something serious. However you do that. Whether you train your mum, your dad, your brother, your best friend, your neighbour. Something like that. Start really slow. Don't go straight into something where you're not ready for. Because that will just like derail you.
Yeah.
It may derail you. That's what I would say.
You know, I don't know who you're trying to follow online, but there are people that go straight from, let's say, PT school or fitness professional school, whatever, and they go straight into the gym floor, and then within 4 weeks, they go, I need to get online, I need to go online. How the fuck are you going to train anyone online if you don't even have that gym floor experience? That complete, I don't get it.
No,
I don't understand it.
They didn't even have coaches themselves, I don't think. No. I think also, like, having a coach as well, like having an actual, like, paid coach that is a trainer.
Yep.
Like, I paid Sean McEnroy for 6 months to do my online stuff, like to coach me online.
Okay.
It's the best thing I've ever done.
Yeah. Because you learn their way.
Yeah. And he's like one of the best fitness professionals in the business.
Yeah.
So he's a good dude. Have you ever seen him?
Yeah. Okay. No, I don't know him. On top of kind of what we've already discussed, but what skills do you think new trainers overlook?
I'm gonna say that like more as a group fitness, they're like you can keep these both. You can have these skills both group fitness and also as like a one-on-one, but like an entry trainer. So being like almost like think about their day. They've had a bad day at work or whatever. They're coming in to do a PT session to exercise. Who wants to do that after a bad day?
Yeah.
Knowing that they're coming into a person who's gonna like bring them up, whether they're gonna have a couple of laughs and stuff like that.
They're looking forward to it.
They're gonna look forward to it. Yeah. So, yeah. Being the energy, like bringing the energy essentially, because they're paying you essentially for that more than anything.
Yeah.
Because they could do it on their own, but they're relying on that factor of how they feel afterwards after coming from a session with you.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a big thing.
And it's a good feeling as well from a trainer's point of view. Like if you know that someone's came in and you can tell straight away. Like you can tell straight away if they've had a bad day or if they've, personal stuff going on or whatever it is. And then they come in and you figure that out pretty quickly. And then after the training session, they're walking out of there and they've got a big smile on or they're joking around. And you've really lightened their mood throughout that 45-minute or 60-minute session. And it's a nice feeling from a trainer's point of view.
Oh,
yeah.
Like I realize I'm very dopamine driven, and that's like one of the dopamine responses I'm like trying to get out of life now. Is like that feeling of knowing you've done something for someone's day. Like, that's the kind of feeling I get, whether it's in the gym, like getting them feeling a little bit better after doing a certain exercise, a little bit better. It's like those are the kind of things that's the reward of a trainer, I believe.
Definitely, yeah. How big are the training group sessions at PEPT?
So anywhere I can. 31 was the other. We had like. It all depends. There looks like there's a lot of people in there, but there's about 31 people.
Okay.
And depending on how the session is, if it's like 2 parts, it looks busier. It looks really, really busy. There are about 30 people.
Is that like per hour or?
Yeah, per session.
Per session. Okay.
Yeah. So in the mornings, the mornings are crazy busy at the moment because it's a bit. It's
easy to get up.
Yeah. It's a bit. It's a bit cooler in the morning, I suppose.
Yep.
So we've had like the last couple of days, like real busy numbers in the morning.
Yeah, okay. And then how many coaches would you have per class?
Two coaches per class, yeah.
Okay, yeah, well.
Yeah.
And then what's the max? Like, what's the max amount of people you can have?
They say 40, but I've never seen that before. But
Okay, yeah.
I would say like 35 is pushing it, like
Yeah.
the amount of benches that need
Makes
to be
it harder.
set up. Yeah.
Mm.
Especially for two coaches, you can get around with about 12 people each. Like it is a lot of the members there have like kind of been there for a bit, so they kind of know what's the deal. It's just the newer ones or the ones that are struggling a bit with an injury or anything like that that you work with more. Optimizing the workout is a lot easier too with the two trainers.
Yep.
Because they can kind of macro, and then micro is the other trainer can.
Yeah,
macro.
perfect. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Because I find depends on the class, because obviously there's different types of classes and the equipment required and the structure of the class. But I feel like my sweet spot would probably be like 11 to 12 is nice. For a strength class, like obviously if you're going around and you're teaching someone if you're teaching the class something new, like rack pulls or something like that, six is a nice number.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of enough just to kind of spend enough time with enough people. But yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, it's cool.
Very challenging number is any numbers with the amount of kids. Like,
is there kids there as well?
Yeah, I've been running the kids program. I was running the kids program as well, and would have like anywhere between 16 kids, all different levels of athleticism, all different neurodiverse. And that's crazy. If you want a challenge, do that. That's a good challenge.
If you could fix one thing in the fitness industry overnight, what would it be?
I don't know about that. One thing. That's a good question. One thing. I think there needs to be a little bit more, well, I would say assistance around the mental side of things, but it's very deep, that side of stuff, the mental health and stuff like that.
For the trainer or for the clients?
Yeah, for the trainers, like that's out of the scope of a personal trainer, but I believe there could be like a very bare minimum, like kind of module that a trainer will learn when they're coming through, just to learn a little bit about like how that affects people and what they can do around it and stuff, because that can really derail someone when they're not, like when they're going through some stuff.
Definitely.
So
yep.
I believe like that would be the only thing I would say would be the biggest hurdle for most people, like the mindset and the stuff like that. You don't learn, you have to do your own research and learn about that as a trainer. Like you can't, unless you go to uni or anything like that, you have to actually develop those skills by being there.
By doing it. Yeah. And that's the other thing, like that's what I was saying before with the people that have only been in the industry for a tiny bit of time, and they go straight online and they don't know how to talk to people face to face, so how are they going to talk and figure things out and get the idea of where the person's at mentally through a screen or on a phone call. People can do it, and as we said before, hats off to them, but I don't think I could do that.
No, because I believe the people that are like really struggling are the ones that wouldn't work so much online as much as they would in face to face. It would, but like it would be very hands on.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't tell you as much as well, because it's just either.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because I reckon like you've had conversations with people where it's like very deep and stuff like that. You wouldn't get that, I don't think, online.
No, not the same sort of. I don't think you'd build the same sort of rapport.
No.
Yeah.
And again, if you were, it was like a conversation over the phone, and like I feel like conversation on the phone around that sort of stuff is very different to face to face.
Definitely. Yeah. So becoming Blair Seeker.
Yep.
All right. So your character name is Blair Seeker.
Yes.
What was the process like? You kind of touched on it before, but what's the actual process like in getting into wrestling? So do you just turn up to the wrestling school? Is there a wrestling school? Like kind of what's the step-by-step process?
Nowadays it's really easy. Nowadays there used to be there's schools, like there's two schools in Brisbane. There's one at Logan and one at Morayfield, just down the road. Mm-hmm. You just like would get ads probably to promote about the training school, and you would just fill out a form or something, go to it, do a tryout. If you like it, you stay. If you don't, you go.
Oh, really? Yeah,
That's
okay.
how easy it would be nowadays. When I started, it was like training at a PCYC on the like MMA mats. I'd say the mats.
Yeah, okay.
And do that for 3 weeks, and then whenever they had a show, you would then put the ring up, which would take ages, and then train in the ring for a little bit, and then let the show go on, and then pull it back down, and then go back to the MMA mats for another 3 months.
Practicing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just like doing your apprenticeship, really.
Yeah. So the time it takes back then was a long time to actually get a match.
Yep.
It took me like almost like 3 years, but I was very inconsistent as well with the training back then.
Okay.
So yeah, it took me ages to actually get a match. And then when I did, it was still even hard because we had really good wrestlers at the time there that you would almost like just be able to fit in as like a squash match, which is just a match where one person would beat you up really easy.
Yep.
And you just get those matches until you start to develop, I suppose.
Yeah, okay.
That's a short answer. It is a massive process. Like it's almost like you have to also be tight with the promote. Like it's a very popular, it's a popularity contest in a way too.
Oh, is it? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, because if they don't like any of the trainers, they would just allow them to train to pay the fees.
Yeah.
To kind of keep the
Who's
thing
they?
going.
Like the
Promoters
okay.
or whatever. Not so much now, but back in the day it would be like that. Now it's a bit different. Well, I suppose now it's like a business anyway. Like they will still want to see you wrestle, but again, that's paying for a business to run.
So just like a sport, there's like rego, you have to pay, and okay.
Yeah.
And insurance as well. Yeah, well. What's a rego?
I don't know about insurance actually. I don't know about the registration. Would be anywhere between like you pay a fee and then it would be like a weekly subscription type, like a weekly week by week payment.
Okay.
Yeah, kind of like a gym membership.
Okay. Yeah. So you're locked in for X amount sort of thing, or
I'm not sure if they might do like 16-week phases or something like that, but
you obviously don't pay rego now.
no.
Do you get paid to do it?
Yeah, I get paid to do it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
I don't know. Yeah, because it's not like because it's not a real sport, if you will. There's not a lot of things around it. I don't think.
Yeah.
But no, I don't. I know in America they do have to pay some form of like registration, like a boxing type of deal.
Okay.
To get fights.
Yeah.
Fights. So yeah, I don't know. Here it's not really regulated, I suppose.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe one day it will be, but.
What did your first match look like?
It wasn't bad actually. I actually think it was one of my better matches that I've had. But at the time, the guy I wrestled with, he was like, "You did this wrong, this wrong, this wrong, and this wrong." I was lucky enough to wear a mask for my first ever match. Got it on DVD. It's beautiful. Haven't watched it in a while. I got to watch it, but I feel like I did all right. I was pretty happy with it. I've seen some people that started off that horrendous.
Yeah.
But lucky I had a mask on.
That's annoying you.
Yeah. It was real weird. Very weird process. No.
Yeah.
It wasn't a squash match, like I said. It was actually a match. I think it was good. My dad was there. My brother was there to watch for the first time.
Yeah.
No, I was happy with it.
Much of a crowd?
It was at a festival.
Okay.
So it was a pretty decent crowd. Yeah, it was like a fete,
okay.
Yeah, like it was a fete. So there was a bit more people than anyone else would wrestle in front of, I suppose, for their first match.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So you obviously have to rehearse and practice matches beforehand. Mm-hmm. What's the process for that? And are the matches weekly, or do you have a bit of time to prep for it?
When I was wrestling for a lot of promotions, I was working week by week, and it was all different storylines and stuff like that. Okay. Nothing made sense. But you would know, like, you would get told who you're wrestling, maybe the show or the night before.
Yep.
Now it's a bit more structured, I suppose, because I'm only wrestling a couple of shows a month.
Yep.
But you get told who you're wrestling, so in that form, you'd be like, who's the bad guy, who's the good guy, who's winning, and then you would plan the match that way.
So do you sit down with that other person and you go, hey, okay.
Yeah.
Is there much of a, and then the promoters are there as well?
No, it'd just be the two wrestlers.
Okay.
Yeah, they kind of give you an indication of what they want.
Yeah, okay. Is there much of a disagreement where it's like, no, I need to win, or?
Not with me. I think it depends. I think there is with different people, but I'm pretty easy to work with in regards to how giving I am and all that, because I see the bigger picture of what a match should be.
Entertainment sort of things.
Yeah. Plus also my character gets away with being beaten up a little bit more because he's a bad guy. Okay. So I can kind of structure a match pretty easily about shining how good the other person is versus how despicable I am.
Okay.
And like it doesn't, like, again, I could do I could do just nothing and still the match would be good.
Yep.
As a form of attack.
Okay.
It would just be my character. So when it comes to putting together a match with me, it's just like what would be cool and this, what would we need and this and that sort of thing. So just how the story we want to tell in a way. Yeah,
okay. And then does that story then kind of like on-go, like, and I'm not really trying not to compare it to the WWE, but does it then go on for like a couple of weeks or a couple of months, or it just kind of depends on where the fans react to it?
They try to, but because the fan base, because it's not like WWE and the fans are only coming to sporadic shows, they're not too much following the story unless they're really like real into it. So it'd almost be just like really telling the story through the match, essentially. Okay. We do promos and stuff like that to promote the match if we are wrestling and we know that the person that we're wrestling ahead of time, or they have built up a bit of a story between the two people. Mm-hmm. But other than that, like, we just plan things as we go.
So it's pretty free reign, really. Yeah, that's cool. Have you ever suffered an injury from wrestling?
Yes. So I'm not much of a high flyer. I might look like I should be a high flyer, but athleticism and me don't get along very much. I got 2 flat feet, so I jumped off the middle rope, which isn't even on the top rope, and I tore my ACL.
Like a step ladder.
Yeah, it was like a step ladder. Yeah, it wasn't big. Yeah, I just felt like it was at the start of the match. I do this move where I like kind of leg drop him from the middle rope.
Yep.
And he rolled out of the way and I landed and it was just an awkward landing. Felt sharp pain up through my leg, and that was at the start of the match. Adrenaline is just so pumping when you're wrestling that I've just wrestled the whole match. I could feel it. I knew there was something wrong.
Yeah.
And it was up in Townsville, so that next day I flew back and realised it was torn.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Shattered I was.
So
shattered.
Is it mainly just like Queensland based, or do you go interstate as well?
I've only been interstate once, and that was last year actually. But I've been overseas to Canada. But yeah, it's primarily all I've wrestled in Queensland, a little bit of Canada, and then just one time in New South Wales.
Yeah, well, and they pay for your flights, or?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's pretty cool.
Some of it, part of the flights, and then the match fee, I suppose. Sometimes, most times I'll drive down anyway. So it's always good to drive down with a bunch of people that are coming up anyway, because you save money on petrol, and then the fees a little bit better.
Is there any footage we could show? Would be allowed to show? Can you send me some footage? Or?
Yeah, I could.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, cool. I'll chuck some of that on. Is there ever any beef with wrestlers outside of the ring? There
is all the time. I have 3 rules: don't ever date a fan, don't date a fan, don't date a wrestler, and be nice to a promoter. Okay. To the promoter's wife. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay.
Always be nice to them. And also, actually, I've got a 4th one as well. Like, get to know the photographer, because when you get to know the photographer, you can tell them where you're gonna do some moves so they actually get good quality shots. But they're my rules. But yeah,
do we have to beep any secrets out? Or?
No, not at all. A lot of the stuff nowadays, because of social media and people are wanting to promote themselves, they do throw a lot of this stuff now. So there's no secrets anymore. Yeah. Back in the day, it was like very hush hush.
Yeah.
Now there's actually like channels that show you how to wrestle. Like,
okay,
they're real big ones too. Like, yeah. Where are we at? Oh, that's right. Beats in the ring. Yeah. Don't ever date a wrestler. I think that's probably the worst thing you could do. There's a lot of people that get away with it, but if you break up with her, like, I've never, because that's one of my rules. Yeah, it's just not good.
Yeah.
Because you think about, you lose one booking and then you lose another booking because it's not good.
Conflict of interest.
Yeah. Almost like dating a client as a trainer.
Oh yeah.
Pretty much similar rules.
Yeah. Just looking back on that Edge and Leader.
Yeah.
In the WWE.
Yep.
Have you ever had a match where everything just went wrong?
Like shit the bed?
Yeah, like just nothing was working, or...
There's a lot of them.
Yeah.
A lot of the ones that like you think are going to be really good, just something happens. Like chemistry is a big thing with wrestling. Like timing is a big thing as well. If that doesn't go well, then the match can just go to shit sometimes and just doesn't work. Like you could be out a couple of seconds of a spot, which is just a move, like a sequence of moves, and it just looks crap.
Yeah.
You get away with it by not looking awkward, because a lot of wrestlers that do mess up, they have that awkward like deer in the headlights stare.
Okay.
And you just know something's messed up.
Yep.
Getting out of that, if you learn how to not do that, you're pretty good to get away with it. Because again, it's a lot of time, like, it's very skilled based. Like, you can't just jump in there and run a match pretty quickly. Like, it's actually, like, you got to be timing everything and stuff like that. Things can go wrong, like, without a doubt.
Yeah. What's your signature move?
I do the code breaker. So it's a move that Chris Jericho does, where you jump up to the side and pull their head down and smash their face.
Yep.
That's my move I do. I've done that since I started. It's just an easy move because I'm a little bit smaller than the other guys, that a lot of guys can actually take the move as a finisher.
Yep.
And it actually is believable. So yeah, I've just kept that since I started.
Nice. Do you get to pick your own signature move?
Yeah.
Do you get to pick your own name as well?
Yeah.
Okay. Is wrestling an escape, a passion, a challenge, or something else?
It's definitely an escape, without a doubt. Like, when I'm just before, like, I'm never nervous wrestling. When I'm just about to walk out the curtain, like, I have like, it's just complete freedom. Like, it really is. Nothing matters in that time period between me walking through the apron and walking back, because I'm a different person.
Yeah.
Like, I can have my pants pulled down and bitten by a guy that's dressed as a wombat. Like, that's not me. That's Blair Seeker.
Yeah.
So it's a detachment as well.
Yeah.
So it's beautiful.
What are some of the crazy things like that you've had to do off the top of your head?
What are they? Like, I've had a couple of ladder matches, won both of them. I've had a hardcore match where I went through tacks, like a tack bump.
Okay.
I only got like 3 tacks in me. It's just weird. Yeah, it didn't work that well. That's about it. Crazy though, I think wrestling in big like supernovas and stuff like that. That's pretty weird, because these are all like people that like kind of are in that element, but they're not. So they're different crowds.
Okay.
But there's just a lot of people there. It's just, and they're all like, that's a unique feeling actually.
Do you have fans that get like way too not way too into it? Do you have fans that are so passionate about it that no?
Yeah, you do.
You do.
Yeah. I don't get it as much as I've heard other stories where they get stalked and stuff like that.
Seriously?
Yeah. And they also get like asked to be gifted with worn wrestling tights or something like that. Yeah, there's some creeps out there, that's for sure.
Yeah, okay. That's crazy.
But I haven't had any of that. Don't know why.
Okay. I was going to say, yeah, that's crazy. Is there a pathway for wrestlers to transition into the pros?
There is, more so now than ever, but it's just like almost like NFL. Like, getting in the NFL, like, the amount of players that play is so hard. There's a very small, limited spots and stuff like that. You still can make a lot of money out of it doing independent stuff. Working now with brands, like, social media has made wrestling a lot easier to make money out of, because you start selling merchandise and stuff like that. Like, I feel like it's easier now than it was back then to actually make a business out of it, I suppose. And it always leads into other avenues as well. Like, wrestling is a form of entertainment, so you can get into movies. I've done like the Young Rock TV show. Oh, really? I was in there for 5 seconds, and like, you get little avenues like that you can get into, I suppose.
Yeah, it's crazy. So it's I guess it could be similar to building a personal training business where that is your own personal brand. Do you have to do like wrestling programs for people, like gym programs, or?
I've trained a lot of wrestlers, yeah. Like, they're the easiest ones to train, and I've coached a lot of them online actually. They're the easiest ones to coach online because I know what they need in the form of like training. It's a body guy sport, so not a lot of legs, but a lot of upper body stuff. But I think that's the missing link that they actually missing now, is like a lot of more mobility and flexibility that can go a long way with their training. Okay. But yeah, no, like, I reckon there's a big avenue for online, like, coaching with wrestlers or even wrestling fans. Yeah. But I just find that's for someone else. I'm not really passionate on that in the form.
You don't like combining the two?
No, okay. That's my biggest struggle with it all. I feel like because they're two different people. I've never been able to cross-brand the wrestling and fitness together, and it's been almost something that has been stuck constantly in my head. Like, it's almost like, what is the saying? Like, having one horse... No, having 2 horses, one ass, trying to ride both of them at the same time.
Yeah.
Something along the lines of that.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like. Like I'm always like, what do I put my energy towards?
Yep.
And then I end up energy goes towards nothing, or if it does, it's just very not as important, I suppose, or not as impactful, if you will.
Yeah. Do you have to have a level of bipolar to be able to do
That's exactly what it sounds like, hey? And that's exactly what it is. One week I'm like, I just want to do this and this and this with wrestling, and then the other week is like, I've got to concentrate on this and this and this.
Yeah.
Definitely, that's one word that I would definitely say.
Yeah, I just like the way that you kind of said that. I just feel like it wouldn't be easy, but to be able to make that combination between the two, like it wouldn't be hard to get clients if that was another avenue or funnel.
Yeah.
But you know, if there's that limitation where it is two separate personalities, then I get it. Yeah.
I know you're probably like this as well, but now that I know all the stuff I know about helping people and all that, and getting them out of pain and all that stuff, it's very easy conversation to kind of almost get yourself into, regardless of who you're with.
Yep.
So I'm now like stretching out all the other wrestlers, and I'm giving them advice. I'm like helping out the wrestling promoters and their fitness and stuff. So there is a lot of cross things with that as well. It's just, I think it's almost just where you're passionate about. And I love just being able to like find out people's pain problems and just seeing if I can solve it.
Yeah.
Kind of like Dr. House.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Interesting. Do you have any big aspirations to pursue your career for wrestling, or are you pretty much where you want to be?
I reckon every Wednesday, Friday, if you ask me that question, it would be different. Every Saturday, Sunday, maybe another different answer. It's a very like state dependent answer, I suppose.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Like I get urges, and I'm like, because again, like I believe anything can happen, given the energy to put towards it.
Yep.
But there's a window, and my window's like this big now.
Yeah, okay.
This big, very small.
Yeah, okay.
So.
Do you have like scouts that come through shows? Okay.
Yeah, I was like thinking that my time was going to happen when I was in Canada, and I was training over there with Lance Storm, the WWE guy that was training all the other WWE guys, future WWE guys. I was like, that's my time that I was going to try and really make it.
Yep.
And then COVID happened.
Uh-huh.
And I also found out that I was going to have a baby. So
Yeah, okay.
yeah, that crushed that a little bit.
Yeah, okay.
But I still I always be like, if I'm in the shower, I'm like, what if? Like why? Like how?
Yeah.
I'm always asking those questions.
Yeah.
Just as the dreamer as the kid that I was, and that.
Yep.
It'd be just interesting to see how a life without it would be. I just can't. It's part of my identity, I suppose.
That's fair enough. Damn, I was going to try and get a copy of it, but I busted out my old laptop the other day, and I can't believe I'm fucking saying this out loud, but when, you know, as you said, like it's every kid's dream to be a wrestler if you watch WWE and all that sort of stuff. And I actually wrote myself a script, like at the age of 8, on how I was going to get into the WWE, the storyline behind it. Like, fuck, I wish I brought it. But I remember I vaguely had a feud with Jamie Noble.
Yep.
Yeah, and I kind of like wrote the whole, I can't believe I'm fucking saying this, but I wrote like the whole storyline behind how I was going to get into it. And then I think I had like Tori Wilson at my side.
Oh yeah, that's a good choice.
Fuck, I'll bust it out and send it to you. I'll find it. Yeah,
That'd be awesome.
I was reading it the other day, man. I was cracking up laughing. So yeah, just some quick rapid fire questions. Would you rather deal with gym influencers filming everything, or people who leave their weights out?
I started buying really little cameras because I was filming myself to film for my coach, my technique and stuff, and I felt like a dickhead doing it. So I don't care about that as much, because I know there's different reasons why people are filming.
Yeah.
Probably leaving weights out.
Yeah, okay.
Especially, if you have to clean up after that. Yeah.
Probably know the answers to this one, but would you rather lose an incredible match or win a boring one?
Lose an incredible match.
Yeah.
I've lost easy matches that are incredible.
Does the records count? Like, do you care? It doesn't mean anything.
No. There is like some really nerdy person in Australia has just researched a lot about wrestling, and apparently there's like the win-loss record.
Yeah.
On the internet. I've seen it once, and I'm like, oh, that's pretty real. A lot of losses.
Yeah. Would you rather be slammed through a table or train a client who complains non-stop?
Slam through a table, without a doubt.
Favorite muscle to train?
Biceps.
Biceps. Most underrated exercise?
Oh, split squats.
Split squats. Gym floor pet peeve?
I train really quiet now, I think. So I don't really have too many pet peeves. I would say a busy gym, a busy gym I don't really like. I like quiet.
Yep. Favorite wrestler of all time?
I'm gonna go I can't say Chris Benoit for obvious reasons, because he was my favorite wrestler as a kid because he was little.
Yeah.
But just the impact that Hulk Hogan had on my whole life.
Okay.
He would have to be up there with one of my favorite wrestlers of all time.
Yeah, cool.
And then also the really, I was a big baby face. I loved all the baby faces as a kid. Hated all the bad guys.
Yeah.
Now I really love all the bad guys, and I appreciate their work because they made me keep watching it, essentially.
Yeah.
Not so much the baby faces, but the bad guys. So
The bad guys, yeah.
any other good bad guys I like nowadays, yeah.
Who
With Chris Jericho, he was great. He was one of those guys that I changed his name on the video game to Crybaby.
Yeah.
Remember the video games? You could change their names. Changed it to Crybaby because I hated him.
That's funny. If you weren't wrestling or coaching, what would you be doing?
Ooh. What would I be doing? I would have gone on some form of reality TV show like The Tipping Point and won a lot of money. Okay. Invested in that money into something I don't know what I would have invested in.
Not crypto.
I'm just making up a story here. I have no idea what I'd be doing.
Yeah.
Probably still if I didn't make the leap in doing something that I wanted, I'd probably just be working a job that I thought I was capable of doing, which is probably a warehouse job. Yep. Not that there's nothing wrong with warehouse jobs, but that's where I thought, because my whole belief was I couldn't spell, so I couldn't get a job doing what I do.
Yep.
Admin stuff. But probably just work in a warehouse, I reckon.
Yep. Let's go with reality TV.
Yeah, I like that one.
What does success look like to you?
I reckon when you lay down at the end of the day and you close your eyes and then the next thing you know, you're waking up the next day. You just sleep like that.
Yep.
You just jam-packed so much stuff that you want to do in the day. That's what I believe is a successful. That's what success is. Doing what you love to do every day.
Yep.
And then when you sleep, you're not thinking about things. You're just done.
Yeah, okay, interesting. Would you say you have a stressful life or no?
I overthink a lot, but I think that's just due to making sure I'm doing the right stuff. But I wouldn't say stress. No.
You're fairly content.
Yeah, I can have my kids screaming, wanting to listen to Skibbity Toilet in the car, and just deal with that pretty well.
Put up with it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just listen to it on repeat. That's all I do.
It's better than Baby Shark, eh?
Yeah.
So you're saying off camera before that you got a story you want to tell about wrestling.
I was so obsessed as a kid. Everything was wrestling, especially in grade 7. I remember that's when NWO were cool and stuff. That I used to plan storylines in my head with the kids at school.
Yep.
And I challenged the bully to a wrestling match in the cricket nets, and he was like, "All right," and he beat the shit out of me, for real. Didn't give me any offense, just beat the shit out of me. I'm like, mate. I'm like, I thought it was we're getting into a real match, a wrestling match, but yeah, I seen him a couple of months ago, and he remembers it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, wow.
He wasn't a bully. He just, I suppose he was a bully.
Yeah.
He was a bully to me. But I challenged him, thinking it was just going to be a fake fight.
You got your ass beat.
I got my ass kicked.
Fuck, that's funny. Did you ever suffer, I think for me anyway, you got to a certain age in high school, or maybe early high school, where you'd get judged for watching wrestling. Did you suffer from that?
Yes.
And you felt embarrassed?
I call it closet wrestling fan. That's me. That was me. I was. Until I just didn't care. And I think grade 12, I actually said that I was going to be a wrestler.
Yep.
Because I just didn't care anymore, I think, at that time. But yeah, it was a time where wrestling wasn't as cool as it is, or was, when we remembered it was cool.
Well, I guess it depends on who you talk to.
Yeah.
There's people that you would never talk to wrestling about because you're afraid of being judged or whatever. Yeah.
Which is real weird because there's a lot of stuff out there that, everyone's open to being cool and stuff. Like, well, maybe we just care so much what people think as a kid.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it was weird. Yeah.
Like I love that. But at the end of the day, like, people know who, obviously, The Rock is. People know who John Cena is. They probably might know who Hulk Hogan is. Chris Benoit, not so much. But, you know, it's becoming a lot more. And having they just signed with Netflix as well. So it's coming a long way compared to what it was. You know,
one of the biggest trends actually is like the young girls that like want to become wrestlers because of Rhea Ripley and how cool female wrestling is nowadays. So that's a big difference that what was when I was a kid. Like, girl wrestlings were your divas and stuff like that. Now they're actually like proper, well, not proper, but like they're very believable characters.
Yeah. It's a bit more than just like prancing around a ring. All right, Brendon, let's have some fun. I wanted to finish off with a bit of a grand finale for you. So I've talked about training, we've talked about wrestling. Now I want Blair Seeker, the character, the energy and the whole thing. So that mic's yours, both the cameras are yours. Cut a promo, it's your next opponent or anyone who dares to step in the ring with you.
You want me to cut a promo? I don't actually cut promos. Like, these are things that people need to record on like structures, on like the pyramids and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's how good they are. Because what I have to say sometimes can be very judgmental, all that stuff, because a lot of the fans don't actually want to admit that they're real Blair Seeker fans. And you know who you are. But the real Blair Seeker fans, they got my posters on the walls. They've got the t-shirt, the one t-shirt that I sold for $1,000. That one person has it, that I recently sold. The opponents, they don't matter anyway, because at the end of the day, I call myself the top guy, and it's not actually just a name, it's just actually something that was given to me because I believe in it. And do you know who the person gave it to? I gave it to myself. So if I was ever to step in the ring with any of the fans that you have, just know one thing, that you're not wrestling someone that you think would just be a walk in the park, a slippery dip. You're wrestling Blair Seeker. That's who you're wrestling. Not someone who will just sit there and let you win or let you think that you're better, because it's not going to happen. So yeah, become a real Blair Seeker fan and you'll know what real life is about.
Nice.
That was on the spot. Yeah.
So if you dare step in the ring.
Yeah.
Was there anything you wanted to plug or anything else you want to talk about?
No.
No.
If I could ever go on the tipping point, that'd be awesome.
So who's the host of the tipping point again?
I have no idea.
I'll watch it here when it's when it's on.
It's so like I get so much anxiety around that.
Yeah, it's the counter one.
Oh yeah. You drop the things. Yeah. I know, I'm just obsessed with it at the moment. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah,
they've done well with that, because what's that game? The coin stopper.
I don't know,
do you remember it back in the day? Yeah, and they've kind of combined a game show with a coin stopper.
Yeah. I probably wouldn't be able to answer any of the questions.
No, they're fucking hard.
Yeah.
Can I call a friend?
Yeah.
Wrong show. Is there any shows coming up, or pretty much like what organisation do you wrestle for? If there is someone that wants to kind of go out there and.
If you want to travel all the way up to Maryborough, I wrestle at Y Bay Pro Wrestling. Other than that, I don't have too many more dates. I'm still organising time for next year. Like, we're just pretty much finished up for the year. Still planning certain things. I've got a lot of other stuff going on. Like, as I said, the window is this big, so I'm just trying to squeeze in as much being a dad and also like all the other stuff that I have in life. Like wrestling, if I have it twice a month, I'm happy with. Once a month, I'll be bipolar about it and be like, oh, I want to do it more. Then it's all right. But yeah, nothing too much now at the moment. But Wide Bay Pro Wrestling is probably the primary wrestling promotion I'm wrestling. It's all the way out Maryborough.
Yeah. Yeah, cool.
So far.
Actually, it reminds me, this is episode 1 with us because I do want to go to a training session with you and just learn all sort of stuff, how to take a chair, go through a table, if that's possible, I don't know. But yeah, I think that we've got to line up a few of those things. But hopefully we can make that happen early next year. Yeah.
Wouldn't it be good to see Sam in some little Speedos, little trunks?
Just go down to Malula Bar on a Saturday morning, you'll see me there. Yeah.
Awesome.
If you find value in these episodes, the best way to support the show is by hitting subscribe. It helps me stay motivated and knowing this content is providing value for you, and it keeps the episodes coming. You can follow along on YouTube, Spotify, Instagram and Facebook at Coach's Corner Podcast. Thank you to anyone that listens, and thank you to Brendon for being here. I appreciate your time, your attention and your support, and see you on the next episode of Coach's Corner. Thanks guys.